EA Sports. It's in the game.
I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver, I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the wrist I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest, though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave.
A full house expected here tonight, Coach, over 70,000, and the fans still filing into Mercedes-Benz Stadium just west of downtown Atlanta. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Here we go. 20. Hey, kill. Drop deep. Hey, check back.
Wentz now on first down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. Wait, 80. I'm coming. Lock.
On first down, Garoppolo. He's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Hey, team 6.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. Open man is Higgins.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
21. Here we go.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Throwing right, and that's complete. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. This pass complete to Higgins. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Check 53 is mine.
1, Omaha. Go.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 15 yards, first down Atlanta.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? 23 yards on the play. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Second and goal, and the lone man in the backfield is Freeman. They get it to him running left. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Here I come.
Two jet. Hey, Zoo.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
On first down, Wentz flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Looking for Aguilar, and it's picked off near the 44. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Players make big plays, dog.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
On first down, Benjamin. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down now, Benjamin. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10. From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10 at the 41.
Hey, Delta.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Try to lay one up deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got one touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there. Wanting to continue to go to the guys already getting into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
To throw once more on second and 10. Wentz, he's going to wind up in air. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. And now another one thrown incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Falcons will get it first and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
21.
Garoppolo on first down. That'll be caught by Rice. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Four receivers in the formation here. Three to the left, one to the right. Second and 3. Now Garoppolo. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Here we go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a third and 3.
Check 59. Mark 59.
Garoppolo now. And it's complete. Hooper. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. He's got Hooper on the short connection, and he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
13. Hey, wahoo! Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Check.
Garoppolo again. Going for a right side here, complete. Touchdown, Falcons! Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Falcons push further out in front. And he had time there. I mean, you give any quarterback that length of time, he'll make you pay.
It just puts way too much stress on guys trying to cover downfield because, as you said, you don't have much time in the pocket. He can scan the field, find the open person. That's exactly what happened there. And what was the end result again?
Touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A run for Nick Chubb. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Go. Waiting. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Sunday. Hey, Alpha.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. One heck of a 3rd down conversion. 33 yards. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Wentz. He's going to sling this deep down. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Check. 59.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo looking deep for Julio. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
I know exactly why he tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning.
Check 11.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And he comes back with one complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
12.
Move. Check 53's mine.
To throw is Garoppolo. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Here we go. Black 80! Black! Blue draw quarter.
Alert 3.
Hey, alert! Check 59. Hey, orbit.
Pick it up. Mike's 59.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Done. 180.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Joker. Out.
Sunday.
Hey, look, 3.
Kill.
Wentz now on first down. Completes it to Aguilar. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On play action, it's Wentz. He's going to let this one go deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 21-yard.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, We know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's got Higgins over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here we go. 180!
Freeman. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Black! Bravo!
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The kick by Bryant is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
We got this at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 28. Then he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.